Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman, in her 8th budget, has just delivered massive changes in income tax, which will concern every single citizen, or many of you watching at this time. Let's try and make sense of what she is doing and why. She's also foregoing government revenue to the tune of 1 lakh crore rupees, she said, on direct taxes as a consequence. This at a time when the government was trying to mop up revenue. Shankar Iyer, this is big. This is what the middle class has been waiting for. This is what viewers of India Today have been waiting for. Try and explain how this plays out and the impact it has on the lives of our viewers.
So, essentially, the tax proposals free about 70,000 rupees at the lower tax levels and over 1 lakh at the higher tax levels at the hands of the taxpayer. The bet is basically that this will drive consumption, this will boost sentiments, and that this will register growth on the scale. There is one sort of fly here which we need to clarify. The Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman said that up to 12.75 lakhs is clean, no tax for salaried people, and up to 12 lakhs for others. Now, in that 12 lakhs, she specified twice that capital gains or special income will not be included. We need to see what is the clarification there, whether if you are a retired person and you have sold some shares to sort of pay for your living, whether that gets taxed or not. But this is a bet on growth. And there are a couple of other things that she's done which is very helpful. So, as I said before, that there is the cost of living, cost of governance, and cost of business. Now, she's created scope for ease of living in the sense that she has expanded the TDS limits. She has removed some TCS. She has expanded TCS on remittances for families who have people abroad, and she's removed TCS on education expenses if it's based on a loan. And then there are a whole slew of measures. Now, some of this budget will get lost in the packaging and lost in translation. I hope somebody does a decent job of presenting it again in the sense that, to convey the factors. There are small points in it, and there are large numbers of numbers. So, for instance, there is this proposal to fund small nuclear projects. The target is, I think, about 100
gigawatts of nuclear.
100 gigawatts. Now, the allocation is 20,000 crores. Each gigawatt costs something like $6 billion. So, how is that funding going to happen? All those details are unknown.
We will come to that, but the big picture story, Rahul, is that you've got the government trying in some way to send out a message to the middle class, which many believe was the most modified middle class 10 years ago, that look, we haven't entirely ignored your concerns. I think that's the big political message, because the sense was that while you were giving Ladli Bahin, various benefits, free bus rides, and other benefits to the poor or those who are below the poverty line, what was the middle class getting from a government that the middle class believed they had an important hand in voting for? You mentioned a Delhi election in 1 week from now, but I think it's beyond just the Delhi middle class. I maintain that voter already votes for the BJP. I think it's in sending a signal. If I am raising the income tax slab where I don't have to pay tax from 7 lakhs to 12 lakhs, I'm automatically benefiting a large number of people who are precisely those who felt, what is this government giving to me? So that's a fairly substantial jump when you go from 7 lakhs to 12 lakhs. The other slabs are also going to be revised. Importantly, she said she will be bringing a fresh income tax bill next week, where she's spoken that she will focus on Nyay and not Dand. We'll have to see whether that actually happens, because, you know, that is where I think far more people will benefit when it comes to business and stirring growth. Because the challenge, it's all very well to have the headline on income tax. The challenge is growth. How she's going to address the growth challenge, we are still not clear.
But it's also about sentiment, Rajiv Mantri.
Absolutely.
What this does is, it answers the question, middle class ko kya diya? Earlier there was a bet on rationalizing corporate taxations she's also said that there'll be only one cess. So this whole multiplicity of cesses, she's suggesting will be dealt with. What's your reading of the budget?
No, and in the new tax regime, the limit is 12.75 lakhs actually, which is, I feel, a very significant jump up from where we were, around 6.5, 7 lakhs earlier. And now 12.75 lakhs of income will be tax-free. So that is a very big fillip to the people who are just entering the workforce on their first job. They will be outside the tax net. They will get to keep everything they earn.
No, you're betting on them then using that extra money to consume. I mean, that is your
So
bet.
what they do is their choice. It's not a question of government deciding for them what they want to do. If
No,
they want
tell
to
me,
consume,
what
they
has
can
she
consume.
done in this budget to stimulate growth? You see, that's the challenge.
No,
that
she's
I
betting
mean,
on consumption,
there's a lot
Rajdeep.
of little tinkle in the
no,
first
she's
half.
betting on consumption.
This is a
So
very
she's betting on
important step
consumption
forward.
just as a few years
This is
ago
a very
you bet on
important step
corporates.
forward to bring a new direct tax code, which we'll see the bill next week. We have already seen that the limit has been so meaningfully raised. Moreover,
How
when
are
it
you
comes
pushing
to
growth? I'm asking the question.
you look at all the futuristic areas that you're talking about, nuclear energy, new geospatial mission. So these are all productivity enhancing new industries and new sectors, which for the first time there's a government talking about deep technology in the country, bringing the most cutting edge innovations into our industry, bringing all kinds of R&D programs that will support productivity enhancements.